All right, good morning, folks. The Delphi case is still an open case. They're still taking tips, and that tells me that it must have been more than one person. Now, what do I think? I don't know. I think bridge guy, the guy walking down the bridge, uh, has a bad leg or a bad knee, and you can tell by the way his gait, the way he's walking down the bridge, he's pampering that right leg. You can see when he steps on it, it hurts him. It's probably infected or who knows what. But he definitely had a bad leg. Uh, and he's to me, he's too tall to be Richard Allen. Richard Allen is only 5'3", or 5'4" or whatever. Uh, and Richard Allen was the one that gave him the sketches. He was a witness. Like I said, I'm believing there's a bunch of people involved. But people don't trust the police. It's corrupt. Hey, when you got your president on there, an ex-president saying that it's all corrupt, you know, people don't believe the police. They don't trust the police. A lot of these people are policemen, but they do other jobs also, you know. A lot of these people very well could be connected to the police, meaning either they were related to them or they know the police. And come on, folks, don't be so gullible. You don't commit a double murder in broad daylight on a trail that's used. There was people there. No one heard nothing. Nobody. No, they did this and they knew they wouldn't get caught. Uh, they probably, I don't want to tell my real opinions about it, but there ain't no way, there's just no way that these dudes did this and just walked away without more people not knowing what was going on. It was a staged hit, if you want to call it. Maybe they panicked and they put the word out amongst all their kitty people, kitty photo people, that the police were onto him or the FBI was onto him, and then they killed the girls. Or it could have been a drug related, you know, killing, meaning a retaliation. But there was many involved. I can guarantee you that it was not one man. For one, people got this case all mixed up. You can't kill somebody in 39 seconds and get them off of the bridge to the spot the girls were found. There's got to be more tape. And when this case first came out, I could have swore that they said there's 39 minutes. The killer didn't know that her phone was in her pocket, that there was 39 minutes, but they didn't release all that video or recording because it was too gory. The girls succumbed to death on that video. You're only hearing 39 seconds of it. So this case has gotten so twisted, and we're going with it's a big group, it's a big group, gang, whatever you guys want to call it. That's what we're going with. If you folks do not feel safe calling the police, then call the FBI, Homeland Security, and talk to them. I understand a lot of people are like, we don't, this is too crazy with the police been in trouble down there and a lot of crazy stuff going on in Indiana. Do I believe the killer might be in Indiana? Yes. Many of them. There was probably some kiddie porn ring that they just got real close to, or a drug ring that was dealing drugs prostitution and guns, weapons, meth, and all kinds of crazy stuff. That's just my beliefs, you know. Does it sound like Reno on the recording? It kind of does. You know, it kind of does sound like Reno on the recording a little bit. Also sounds like someone else. I'm hearing two voices on the recording. I just find it hard for a little 5'3" guy, uh, Richard Allen, to do this kind of a murder, get the girls to the other side of the river in 39 seconds. It just ain't. It's not possible. It ain't possible to get from that bridge to where the girls were found in 39 seconds. It ain't adding up, folks. And that's why I'm telling people, call the FBI. That's why the FBI is coming in, and it's a mess. It wasn't one guy. No way. There had to be lookouts. There had to be other people there. You don't do a murder like that of two young girls in broad daylight. You know, that takes a lot of balls. You don't do something like that unless you got secured area, knowing that you're not going to get in trouble for anything, or you know, nobody's going to hear you killing two young teenage girls that were probably screaming at the top of their lungs, scared or whatever. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. It could have been a big setup. They tried to set someone up and edited the video. Yeah, I know that. People are like, "You're crazy. You can't say that's the video from the police." No, we don't know that. The police could have gave that video out and someone altered it. And people are so gullible. You know, I'm starting to believe the English, you know. I'm starting to believe the English people are right. Americans are so gullible. They'll believe anything you tell them. Kind people, nice people, but very naive. I don't know what it is, but yeah, you know, and down south in Indiana's been having trouble for a long time. You know. So yeah, I would suggest that the government look for a new job, because the people just don't want it no more. A lot of people are like, we just don't care. It's so messed up. The case is so tainted. We don't even give a crap no more. And a lot of people are turning away from it. I don't blame them. It's been 6 years. It's obvious it was a big ring, some kiddie porn drug ring or whatever. And you know, Abby and Libby ain't the only girls that have died out there down south. And people, they forget that. They're like, what do you mean? Well, there's been other girls that have been killed out there. And all these people in that same area, and all these dudes knew each other. This little Delphi, Lafayette, whatever, uh, Kokomo gang or whatever they're calling, club or association, whatever it is. I don't know. For all we know, it could be the KKK. You know, we don't know. It's gotten way out of hand. And when it gets way out of hand, you got to bring other branches of the government in to watch the police, which the police are not federal agents. They work for the state. They work for a town, a mayor. So could it be corrupt? A lot of people are saying it's way out of hand. It's corrupt. Yeah, it could be. You know, these guys down there down south were talking about clubs all tattooed up, gangs, drugs, sex, prostitution. Yeah, biker clubs or whatever. Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. You had people out there even telling them, bring your kids out to Delphi and let them loose out there. And they haven't found a killer yet. I would search that whole area. I'm wondering how many bodies are out there in Delphi. Underneath that bridge or in that area, it's all wildlife. That might have been their dumping ground. That might have been their rape area where they raped these people that they caught or whatever. It might have been their little meth cook place where they went to cook meth or whatever. Could be. Could be where everyone went to hang out, shoot drugs, and do bad things. So, man, it's getting crazy. And like I said, a lot of people are turning away. They just don't trust the government no more. They just don't trust the government no more. That's why that's why this army is being built underneath the government's nose or whatever that they're saying. This government, this new military or whatever for the citizens is being built because it got too corrupt, folks. These guys are deliberately going out and doing bad things, and they know they're not going to get caught because they know where every cop is during the day. They have scanners. Some of them are friends. It's a very touchy situation. And like I've been telling people, if you folks don't trust the police, call the FBI, call Homeland Security. And if that don't get action, well, then I don't blame the people for starting this new organization up for the citizens or the people or whatever. I don't blame them. It's a madhouse, folks. Every day you folks buy into it. You buy into it that it's the greatest this, it's the greatest that, it's the greatest. This is the only country where you could be a gangbanger, rapist, killer, and become a rapper and make money. Become a billionaire. Come on. What does that tell you? That tells me a lot. This country ain't got no more morals. It's got no more integrity. Most of these organizations and everything are looking for killers because the real money men don't want to get their hands dirty. So, yes, you're seeing a lot of people that were killers and now they're rappers or movie stars or, it's true. I'm not going to lie to you. It's true. Some of these people will do anything to become famous or whatever. And, I don't know. It's mad. It's mad. And I don't blame the folks for just being fed up with it. They're like, here we go again, the Delphi caves. 6 years later, they've been picking up numerous people down there left and right. That should tell these people that it was not just one man. It was a big organization. Hell, for all we know, they could have made that video up and tried to set up a bridge guy. They could have edited it. Of course, they would have to have skills. We're probably not seeing the original video. We're seeing a video that a YouTuber got his hands on and just went to town on it. And that would explain why we're seeing so many faces. That would explain why the video is so pixeled and sustained and gained and just a mess because somebody did something to the original photo or video. So, and I'm sticking with there's no way that this killer killed them girls within 39 seconds. There would have been a that he would have had to kill them right where they stood, right when they walked up, and then carried the bodies to the area in 39 seconds. No way. Nope. I ain't buying it. I ain't buying it. There's no way you can get from that bridge down the ravine, across the river, and up the other side of the ravine to where they were in 39 seconds. You can't do it. Not carrying two bodies. No way. No way. They're in deep shit down there down south. I hear Rolling Thunder wants to come in and bust some heads down there down south or whatever. These good old boys down there. I don't know if that's a rumor or not. Could be. I don't know. This is the state of Mike Pence. The vice president of the United States. I know if I was vice president and something like this happened in my state and they were talking about gangs and drugs and everything, I'd be pretty upset. Morning, Izzy Rose. Let me refill my coffee. I think maybe they got the wrong guy. Or he is one of the guys that helped out with it. I've been looking all over YouTube. I have found a couple people that fit the description, the height, and the violent temper. And they're still in Indiana, not in Delphi. They're way up here by me. But they mysteriously popped up after Delphi. So that's the thing, I imagine a lot of these dudes that were part of this gang or club, biker club or whatever they're talking down there, Greeno and the rest of them were talking, Chadwell and all them, that a lot of these dudes did the boot scoot boogie out of that area, probably, but did the killer live there? I don't think so. I think maybe he got a call that there was a problem or something, or he was connected with the kiddie porn photos and figured out something's up. And they got rid of the people they were talking to, probably, which would have been Abby and Libby. I wouldn't doubt it. But then again, who am I? I'm an idiot. What do you want me to, I'm just a couch potato investigator. Not even an investigator, just a crime channel person giving my opinion. So do I think that there was many involved? Probably. Some of these dudes might have been related to these people or what, to some of these police or sitting council or whatever out there. I don't know. But hey, they're doing their best. They are making arrests out here. I live up north, Michigan borderline. They're making arrests. Slowly but surely, they're picking up all these guys. And that's all I can say. That's it. It's still an open case. They're still taking tips. They still want people to call in. And that tells me that it was bigger than just one dude. There's no way that little 5'3" dude killed them girls in 39 seconds, carried them off of the bridge to where they were. You can't get to that area from the top of the bridge in 39 seconds, especially in February. The water was high. It was cold. There's no way. Nope. He'd had to kill him. Right. As soon as he walked up to him, he would have had to kill the girls instantly to demobilize them instantly, to silence them instantly. But the proof is in the video and the recording. It didn't happen that way. So there has to be more than 39 seconds of video and recording. Now, I was told you can't see it and hear it because it was too gory, because the girls succumbed to death on that video. That makes sense. What I was told. That makes sense. So I do believe there's many involved. And it was a ring, a little, I don't know. All it took was Keegan Clyde and them hot phones he had. Boom, 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 boom. Names started popping up, phone numbers popping up. Boom, 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 boom. And people started getting picked up. Maybe they had nothing to do with the murders, but they were connected through the accounts that they were using. The kitty photo thing, or with Klein and the rest of them down there. Let me check my chat real quick. I'm looking out my window. It's starting to snow a little bit. We got probably about inch of snow, maybe inch and a half of snow out here. Who's in there? Curly J, Bendejo, Izzy Rose. Yeah, I do agree. There's no way they could have got from the bridge to where they were in 39 seconds. So it's obvious there is more video and recording. They just don't want us to hear it, because I do believe the sheriff when they say the girl's death was on that video. For all we know, Richard Allen is a fall guy. It's been 6 years. If you folks knew the pressure that was put on the sheriff, all police departments in Indiana, they want to get the case over and done. Is it possible that they just picked up somebody and just pinned it on them? And it could be. Does Richard Allen look like Bridge Guy to me? Well, from the photo that they're giving us, no, not at all. He's way too short, and he don't have that gait. Bridge Guy had a bad leg, folks. He had a bad leg, and you can see it in his gait, and they just don't want to see it. They don't want to admit it. They just don't want to pay the money, the 300 large that the reward was. I don't believe there was any reward. The reward was fake too. To get tips, to get people to turn on each other. Did it work? It probably did. You had a lot of these dudes making fake videos. You had a lot of these dudes that were making videos deliberately to send you folks down a wild goose chase. You know, uh, listen, they questioned everybody, and they're going to be questioning more YouTubers on it. They questioned Harmon, Greeno, Cat, Michael Cat, Mike Adventures, whatever. They've been bringing these dudes in and questioning them. You don't get questioned on a case like that, folks, unless you have a past history, a madness like that, or just a plain idiot. They just don't question people on a double murder of two little girls. And actually, I think it's more than that. Um, like I said, is there a chance that these guys might have been the Floral Fire, the ones that started the fire or whatever, where all them kids died down there? It's possible. It's possible. But I'm telling you right now, Bridge Guy had a certain gait and a certain walk, and either he had a damaged leg or he had a busted leg or whatever, and it was not right. But you could tell when he walks, he's pampering that right leg. When he steps on with his foot, you can see it's real light, and he pulls it up again. Pain, maybe. Was it from injecting junk into his leg his whole life or whatever? Maybe. We don't know. If the girls took that video at low angle, it would make him appear taller. Well, the girls were standing right on the bridge. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, no one could tell. And that's why people are been looking at the video and they're like, are you kidding me? There's like 4 or 5 different people. After you put it under a hue light and run it through certain stuff on your computer, you can see, wait, 1 second it looks like this person. The next second it looks like this person. I think what they did, I think it was somebody out there that got a hold of the video. And what they did was they put all the people that were involved in Bridge Guy photo. Is it possible? Oh, yes. Yes, with the photo op and the CGI systems today and programs, yes, very possible. I mean, we don't know. No. Nobody knows because we weren't there. Wife Lilith. Hello, Wife Lilith. You're welcome here if you feel like hanging out. These are just my opinions, my theories. Yeah, it ain't good. It just ain't good. Now, like I've been telling people, hey, if you think that the police might be involved in this, and a lot of people think that it's a cover up, they're covering up for their little town or their little organization down there, call the FBI. But then again, they're saying the FBI is corrupt. I mean, really, folks, America's in a bad situation right now. Everyone thought Richard Allen was 5'10". No. 5'6". No. He's 5'3", if that. I just don't see him carrying 2 little girls from the bridge. I just don't see 39 seconds of the video. I just don't see 39 seconds being all that there is, because you can't get to the bridge. You can't get to across the lake, the river, which was it was a lot higher. It was a warm day. We had runoff, melting. I did an experiment a couple of years ago because we had the same temperatures and the same conditions that we had in Delphi on February 13th, 2017. And I soaked shoes, socks, and a hat and a shirt and put it outside to see if it would be frozen the next day because we had the same temps. During the day, it was close to 50 degrees. And at night, it was below 20 degrees. So if the girls were found the next day, their clothes would have been frozen or soaking wet still because I put the clothes out there on my porch at 2 o'clock and checked them the next morning or the next afternoon at 12, and they were still soaking wet and icy. Still had some ice on it. So it's just, I don't know. Let me read my chat. I think he wasn't actually recorded on bridge, but during crime, and Ellie altered it to make it look like he was. Someone did, Lilith, because I've seen different backgrounds. I know you can tell that they're somebody did something. Somebody did something to that photo. Either they altered it or they CGI'd it. Something's up. But the guy walking down the bridge has a bad leg. He has a gait, you can tell. And it ain't everyone, well, it's because of the railroad ties. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. He's got a bad right leg or a knee, infected probably or something. No, it ain't. It was a group of them. It was not one man. There ain't no way. In my opinion, Bendejo, Johnny did an experiment where he threw his soiled undies. No, Bendejo, I didn't. No, I just wet shoes. I wetted a sock and a shirt and a hat, and I put it out. The only reason I did it was because we got a miracle from God, and He gave us the same temperatures as what the girls experienced that day. It was February. I did the same experiment, and other people did too. And the clothes were soaking wet, and some of them had ice on them still. So, and there was a piece of clothing that was missing from the girls. We don't know. Now everyone's asking, did Richard Allen's wife know about it? Well, let me tell you something, folks. There ain't nobody that knows somebody better than the one that is sleeping and having sex with you or your wife. Okay? These people, well, she didn't know it. No, I'm not buying that. There ain't nobody that knows you better than the woman that lays with you. She knows your darkest secrets. She knows your heart. She knows your mind. Did she know about this? I don't know. There's rumors that there was other voices on the tape. A woman's voice. Was there a woman there at this time? I'm thinking maybe. Now, the one recording that I heard, it does sound like in the background you can hear someone screaming, "You better let me go." Now, I don't know if that was Abby or Libby or someone else that was there. We don't know. If you remember, Doug Carter did say there were numerous voices on the tape other than Abby and Libby's at the press release that day. So there had to be somebody that, I don't know, maybe the dude was a schizo and just changed his voice all the time. Do we know people like that? Yeah, we do. We've seen these people on YouTube. And what sucks is a lot of these people probably didn't know what these guys were involved in. And they got wrapped up into it. You know, hey, at least Greeno is in prison and he's getting his life back together, right? Uh, so they say. Do I believe that? No. He's probably down in Florida with a backdrop of a prison. He went to Walmart or Kmart and bought himself a orange jumpsuit or something, a safety vest thing. You know, people just don't believe anything anymore, especially when you caught these guys in so many lies. It's unreal. I knew if my husband talked to Ellie because he was there, I would look at that and video and now immediately. Yeah, I mean, there ain't nobody that knows you better than the woman that you're bedding down with or married to. You know, there a lot of people. Did she know? Did she know this? Did she know that? Did she? We don't know. Here's the main thing, folks. You're not going to solve nothing without all the evidence. We can speculate. We can have our theories, but the bottom line is I got a lot of shit thrown at me because I wanted to see the whole video. I want to see the crime scene photos because if you got massive amounts of wounds and you got no blood to match it, then them girls weren't killed there, you know? And a lot of people are pissed at me. Oh, you're some kind of a sicko. Well, I can tell you this much, boys, ladies and gentlemen, that's why this case wasn't solved right away, is because they did not release all the evidence that they had. And a lot of people now, higher up, are saying something's fishy's going on. We've been 6 years, not one crime scene photo, and 39 seconds of a video, and that's it. Something's going on. Something's up. And I agree with them now. Something's that you're not going to solve no case without the evidence. You know, any good investigator has to see the evidence, the crime scene photos, and all the recording. You know, you got to, or you ain't going to solve nothing. You're going to make a bunch of opinions associate, you know, it just ain't going to work. It ain't going to work. It's no wonder our crime in America is so bad because these people, we don't want to see the blood. And well, then you don't want to hear the truth. You don't want the truth. You ain't going to solve no case without seeing crime scene photos that there was even actually a murder. For all we know, them two girls went ahead and they ratted on you idiots for selling drugs or probably sleeping with them, having sex. Yeah. That's what gets me is without a crime scene photos, there was no murder. They could have ratted on them. One of the girls' family father was mixed up with meth or drugs or whatever. Yeah, it's very well possible they turned state's evidence, got him out of here, and created this murder. That would explain why the 360,000 was fake and all that bull crap and all that crap that these people were doing. We don't know. Nobody's believing nothing until we see autopsy photos and all the video. I don't know. I don't know. And that would explain if they're going by just 39 seconds, no crime scene photos, nothing. And it don't shock me that there's millions of innocent people locked up in prison. If that's the way the justice system is going to work, if they're just going to go on, hey, we'll take their word for it. It was gory, it was ugly, it was this, it was that, it was the bodies were carved up and people's heads missing and all kinds of stuff. If we're just going to take that for granted and all right, you ain't never going to solve nothing. Yeah, you ain't never going to solve nothing. Oh, I know what you're saying about Alex Jones. Be careful, I say. Oh no, I'm telling you, it's real. The madness is real in America. No doubt about it. I ain't gonna pull an Alex Jones on you folks. I've been saying from day one, the madness in our country is real. It is definitely real. No way around it. The madness that these people have created in our country is real. Yeah, but we don't know if he's linked through maybe someone gave him some evidence to get rid of. They have DNA, okay? They have DNA. He lives right there. He worked right by the sheriff's department. Hold on a minute. All right, back. I had to answer that phone. Yeah, I don't know. I don't give a crap anymore about it. It's just, it's so out of, nobody believes anything in this case anymore. It's so out of whack. Uh, there's 50 or 60 suspects in the case. Do I think it could have been someone that went ahead and came from a different part of Indiana, did the murders, and then went back? It's possible. It could have been a setup. This Kokomo gang against the Delphi gang or whatever, and they set people up. There's numerous things. And it's sad because America is so naive. Uh, you know, they're getting pressured to solve a case. So they just, there was DNA. He worked right next to the police station. They had DNA 6 years. It don't take 6 years to get DNA back. And they could have got it ain't adding up, folks. It's obvious you folks don't know anything about crime. Do you think that they got Richard Allen's DNA way before they arrested him? Oh, sure. I'm sure they did. If they thought it was him, they have so many techniques to use to get DNA from a person without even a person knowing. It took them 6 years to get DNA. I ain't buying it. I ain't buying it. Either someone tipped him in or he might just been part of he might have been on Keegan Klein's phone or using the account. That don't mean he's the killer. We all hope they get the killers, but that don't mean he's the killer. Someone could have gave him evidence to get rid of, and he got rid of it for him. There's people out there saying that his next door neighbor that lived somewhere, Yoder or whatever, looks more like the sketch. Looks more like one of the sketches than the other one. His next door neighbor that he knew for a long time, Yoder, his last name was, or whatever. I don't know. People are like, "Who's this guy? He looks like one of the sketches." And yeah, well, you got madness, and that's why people just ain't interested in it no more. They're not buying these stories and bull crap. You can't solve a case without evidence. Um, You can't solve a case without evidence, and they're not letting people see the evidence. And now there's a lot of people saying that. I think what we're dealing with is two girls that ratted on their family. They were mixed up in meth and gangs, and there was no murder. You know, now there are people out there saying that. Do I blame them? No, because there's been no evidence. There's been no evidence. What evidence that do they have out that there was even a crime committed? You got a 39-second video of two people's voices, and that's it. Yeah, no case. And if it does go to court, they better have a lot more than that. I'll tell you that much. Or they got nothing. Yeah, that dude's probably scared out of his mind. He's asking the court to be lenient with him or whatever, and protect him and all that, everything. I don't know. It's crazy madness, right? You know, you watch all these channels coming out with all this stuff and everything. Hey, I watch all these crime channels on Delphi, even as above, so below. You know, and people are saying he's, wrapped up. All these people are wrapped up into it or whatever. I don't know. That's what happens when you don't get a handle on a case. When you don't inform the citizens, and you don't inform them what's going on in the case. You got people that are going to come out and say this, that, this person's involved, that person's involved. The music business was involved because Keegan Kline was wrapped up in the music and yada 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 yada. Right? I mean, so much stuff. Nobody really cares anymore. Nobody gives a crap. I imagine a lot of these folks ain't. The only one that might be leaving jail soon, if we have our suspicions that someone talked, probably Keegan Kline. And it makes sense. He cut a deal with them and gave up a bunch of people. That's why you're seeing all these dudes down there getting picked up. You got Kurt. He's in prison now, and which he's in prison for the murder of another girl out there in Lafayette or whatever. You got all these people locked up in jail. The only one that took off and did the boot scoop boogie, Harmon, he took off. He even went on his channel and said, I asked him, why'd you split from Indiana so fast? He was calling you people a bunch of corncob people or whatever. I don't know. For all I know, Sean Harmon's running around on the run. We don't know. You can't go by people's, whatever they say on YouTube. You got to look into it, and I don't pry into people's lives. I don't pry into people's lives. You have to remember, some of these people were wrapped up into drugs. I don't know. It is crazy. It's madness. It's all kinds of things. Right? I don't know. but hopefully they do. Hey, we all want to work with the police, and I think some of the police were led on a wild goose chase. You have to remember, Richard Allen was one of the witnesses. From what they're saying now, Richard Allen is the one that gave them the sketch, the one that was a witness. Now we're looking for Dog Lady, right? There was a woman there. You can hear it in the video. If you clean the video up or the recording of the voices, you know, put it through a spectrum analyzer, put it through a noise gate, clean it up, take some of the saturation out of it and gain and everything. Yeah, there's been numerous people that heard somebody in the background. That we don't know. We're not hearing the whole thing. And nobody actually knows what happened that day except for the killers and the police. And don't send your kids out to Delphi. You know when it'll be safe to go out to Delphi? Is when you go to Delphi and there's police walking up and down the trails. Then you know it's safe to go back out to Delphi. Till then, don't send your kids out to Delphi. Don't send your wives out there to walk. Don't send your children out there to play. It's not safe. I mean, what kind of world do we go back to? Two girls were just slaughtered out there in Delphi. Honey, get the kids, send them out there to play and go on the trail. Are you folks nuts? They must be nuts. Cuckoos. Madmen. I don't know. Go back out to the bridge. Are you crazy? They're literally crazy. The government is so pissed at me. I'm like, I'm bringing in a demo team. We're getting rid of the bridge. You can't do that. It's our only means of. It's not safe for a little kid to be walking on a train bridge hundreds of feet. So they're nuts. They gotta be absolutely bananas. Not what I think is they wanted more kids to come out there because they didn't get caught the first time. They were hoping they would send more kids out there and women. I'd be searching that whole area for bodies. That might have been their little dumping grounds. And then what gets me, 4 girls and 1 guy was killed out here, and you all seen it on YouTube, right? Brutally slain. The campus killings now, where the 4 girls just got murdered. It's all over the place, right? And they come out and tell, we don't think the public is at danger at all. You don't have to worry about nothing. Did you catch the guy? No. We have no idea who he is or where he came from. But don't worry, you're perfectly safe. Are you nuts? Are you nuts? You must be nuts. We don't know. Don't worry, there's no problem in the community. Everybody's safe. You got him, right? No, we ain't got him. We ain't got a clue who he is. But you're all safe. F you. It's no wonder we got militias popping up all over. We're purchasing millions of tanks to come. It's no wonder this country is in the shape it is. Don't worry, we believe that there's no harm to the public or anything. Just go about your day as like it was just yesterday, right? No, don't worry about nothing. You got him. No, we don't even know who the hell he is. Unbelievable. No, I don't. I think you folks need to revamp all of America, right? I would think so. I would think so. Unbelievable. 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 Same thing with Delphi. Send your kids out. Oh, there ain't nothing wrong with Delphi. Send them out there to the Moron Bridge. If you go out there, you're a bunch of morons because there ain't no police and there ain't no cameras and there ain't nothing. Send them out to the Moron Bridge. Unbelievable. You got the guy. No, we ain't got the guy. We don't know who it is. It's been 6 years, but everybody's safe. Don't worry about it. Right? Good God Almighty. You got to be kidding me, folks. You really got to be kidding me, right? Unbelievable. No need to fear the sheriff today is here. Oh, yeah. The sheriff. Yeah. We've seen enough of them. Are these the same sheriffs that actually were suspects in the case? You remember when the case first came out? It was a sheriff. They were. Holy crap. Good old boys down south. Yeah. No need the sheriffs, but yeah, the same sheriff that they're looking at. I probably had connections to all these dudes. Who knows? All I know, folks, is let the FBI handle it. They're coming in. They're gonna Homeland Security and everything. Come in and they'll roll right over these people and they'll figure it out. Don't worry. If there's any corruption or police or anything, they'll find out. They'll get it. I wouldn't worry about it. But I can tell you this much: don't send your kids out to Moron Bridge. It ain't safe. It's not a place for children to be, or any young teenage person to be. The bridge ain't safe. Matter of fact, you're going to see a giant lawsuit coming up probably. Uh, the parents of Abby and Libby suing Delphi. For one, the bridge should have been closed down. A lot of people are pissed at me for saying, "We'll sue them. Sue Delphi, Indiana." They should have had that area shut down. The bridge itself is dilapidated. It should have been closed down, gated up so nobody can cross it. Right? So could there be charges up against Delphi, Indiana for wrongful death? Yes. They caused it. The bridge should have been shut down. I don't know. Hey, Kahana, how you doing? Good morning. A lot of people are like, you got to be kidding me. Why didn't they take the bridge down? I don't know. Why don't they close it down? I don't know. They're hoping more morons go out to the Moron Bridge so they can have a feeding frenzy or whatever out there. Who knows? I would shut down that whole area. I bet you there's more bodies out there. I wouldn't doubt it. I probably would be checking that whole area. Who knows how long these folks been doing it? We don't know. Do I think they're a gang? I do. I do believe most of these dudes getting picked up somewhere down the line know each other. Kahana says, follow the money. Usually big money somewhere in there. Always is. Either drugs, money, or sex. One of the two. But like I said, we don't know. Whoever did this is very messed up in the head. Any gangs doing stuff like this, clubs, biker gangs, whatever, are very messed up in the head. But then again, who ain't today in America? Well, it's drove people nuts to the point where people really don't care no more. It's been 6 years. Come to us when you got the killers and you figured out the whole thing. I don't know what to say. And a lot of people don't. They just don't trust the police. The Boys in Blue, this organization, the Brotherhood. Uh, you know, they don't trust the police. They don't trust. They don't trust authority anymore. A lot of people are saying that the government is just incompetent. They got so comfortable in their little cushy jobs that it's just, if they don't catch them, they don't catch them. If they do, they do. But ain't it funny how they come up with this guy? And it's election time, right? Which a lot of us said something's up because election's coming up. So either they're going to solve this case, and whoever solves it will have that under their belt going into the race for sheriff or whatever, or mayor or whatever, or it's just a bunch of crap. I agree. I agree with some of these people. Some of these people are saying if we ain't got evidence that there was even a crime, then this all could have been made up. Has that happened before? Oh, yeah. Yeah, to get their 15 minutes of fame. We've seen it before. Crimes that never existed. These people ended up either taking off, faking it, or faking their own death, or staging it, making it look like something that it wasn't, right? Yeah, the courts and everything. Oh, Kahani, you're right about that. Corruption runs deep. Money. I don't know. And people will do anything for money. Yeah. Some people are saying it was an act of the devil. Well, sure it was. The devil had a hand in it. He had to do something that crazy, right? But like I said, there's a lot of people coming up. Their names have been brought up. And they're still looking, folks. It's an ongoing case, or they wouldn't be wanting more tips to come in. And they're watching everybody. I bet you they're watching all Greeno's friends, anyone that was on his channel, anyone that communicated with Harmon or were friends with Harmon, or anyone that fits that sketch or anything like that, lives in that area around there. I imagine they're looking at everybody. But I don't blame some of the people. They just don't believe in anything anymore. With all eyes in the sky, no one knows anything. Exactly. We don't have enough eyes in the skies. They're coming down on me because I'm pushing the drones in every neighborhood, every campground, everything. It just sits there and hovers and watches. They're coming down on me about it. Quit it. You can't have free. No, it's if we get funding from the government, we are going to have drones everywhere watching. Like I said, I don't care if you're in your backyard smoking a doobie. I don't care if you're sitting on the side of a lake fishing, drinking a beer and smoking a doobie. But it'll pay for itself when we catch the first bad guy that's out there killing or raping in our neighborhoods or whatever. Yeah. Why not? Yeah, not every home has a camera. you know The police got lucky in New York with that one murder where the guy was seen walking down the street, leaving the house and walking down the street, rolling a suitcase with a body in it down the road. And all the cameras, the people that did have cameras on that block, did pick the guy up walking down the street, but not every place has a camera. So, you know, New York got lucky and they got that guy. The cameras led right to the body and to the guy. Thank God. And that was a fast case they solved, real fast. Actually, the guy knew that he was on camera, that they got him. And I think he turned himself in. But they were on him anyways because the cameras were all on him. But I got to go because I got to call my mother back. I got something to do this afternoon, so. But, hey. What the heck? It's still an ongoing case as far as I'm concerned in Delphi, Indiana. No. No, I want to thank all you folks for stopping in, Carly J and Ben Deho and all these people that have been coming into my chats, and Izzy Rose and Kahana and wife Lilith. And did I get Izzy Rose? Yeah, I said Izzy Rose. The Curly JK and all these folks. Thanks for stopping in, but remember, the case is still ongoing. And folks, I only got one YouTube channel. The rest of the Johnny Kramer channels that are popping up all over the place are not mine. So whatever's on them, I have no idea, but they're not affiliated with me. I got to patent my name again. I'll have to pay a fee to use the Johnny Kramer or John Kramer name or whatever. I mean, right? It's business, right? Right? It's only business. You can't be. So be safe out there. Kahana, I'll see you around on the music channels and everything. Everyone have a great day. And be safe and keep an eye on your surroundings. And it's an ongoing case as far as I'm concerned. Nothing's been solved, and they wouldn't be taking leads and tips if it was a closed case. I'm guessing there's many involved. Do I think Klein could have cut a deal? Yeah, very possible. Very possible. It could be possible that some of these people got picked up because their numbers or whatever were connected with Keegan Klein and the hot phones that he was selling and this kiddie porn thing or whatever. It could have been. I don't know. And be safe, folks. Don't take everybody's word for granted on YouTube. We don't know if Anthony Greeno's is in prison. We've seen him use backdrops before. We've seen him photobomb police when people have come into his chat and said, "You're wanted by the police, turn yourself in." And next day he photobombs a cop. I was laughing my butt up. Greeno, that was funny. Yeah, that was funny. I'm sorry. He's wanted by the police, and here he is in another state photobombing a cop. It's unbelievable. Harmon, well, I don't need to say no more about Harmon. Who knows where he's at or what he's doing or who he is today. We don't know. He could be Columbo himself. We don't know. People, he's dead. We don't know that. I don't pry into people's lives. These people will be watched their whole lives whether they're alive or dead. I don't know. But it is hilarious what's going on. And Greeno the other day put out a video. You know, we got him. This is the guy we. I can't. But Greeno's locked up in prison, got an orange jumpsuit on. We got him. This is the guy. Today is the day. Keep it Southern style. The ground laughing. Are you kidding me? When did they start letting people do videos from prison? I don't know. But I was on the ground. It was hilarious. Oh my God, we finally got him. We got our guy. We got him. Holy crap. I gotta go. This is too much. It's too much. Unbelievable. Greeno, if you're watching, that was hilarious. It was. Kid, get your life back together. You know, hopefully you ain't got nothing to do with these murders, but get your life back together. Change your life. But that was hilarious. In an orange jumpsuit. We got him. We got our guy this time. After the 50 guys that he claimed that were the. It's hilarious. That was funny. That was funny stuff. All right, folks, you be safe. Are we looking for people that use certain words? Yes. Are we looking for people controlling people that are on YouTube that fit the crime, that were very controlling maybe or whatever? Yes. Yeah, we're looking for a lot of people in that. Well, I shouldn't say we, the police, you know, the government or whatever. At least some of these dudes are getting their lives back together. I don't know. Quit threatening people. Quit calling their personal numbers. Quit harassing. Quit coming into their chats and attacking them. Just be good YouTubers. I don't go into people's chats and start arguments or whatever. I'm very polite to people. But I gotta go. I gotta call my mother. I got some stuff to do. Thank everybody for coming back in, and you're welcome to come here and voice your opinions. There is no bad scenario in a crime case that has not been solved. A lot of people don't understand that, but I'm like, there is no bad scenario. Anything is possible. When it comes to the devil covering up as evil, anything is possible. That's impossible. Nothing is impossible. Nothing is impossible when these folks are trying to cover up something very ugly. Nothing is impossible. Hello, Shorty's Adventure. Folks, make sure you go check out all these people that are in my chat. Check out their channels. Check out Shorty's Adventure. She sings, supports channels and all kinds of stuff. And great lady. But I got to go because I got to call my mother back and do some stuff. Okay, you're welcome, Shorty. Thank you. And I'm getting ready to shut this down because I got some work to do today. Oh, well, thank you, Shorty. How do you share a stream? I don't know. I got to figure out YouTube. I'm dumb when it comes to YouTube. Oh, thank you, Shorty. I'm happy to be over at your channel too when you're having your singing and dancing and all the lights and everything. Great channel. But be safe, Shorty. Be safe. Yes, I'll see you around, Shorty. I'll see you around. I imagine you'll be going live today. You work too hard, Shorty. You work too hard. You really do. Yes, you have a wonderful day too, Shorty. And be safe. Much love. Now, you folks have a great day. Be safe. You're all welcome in my chat. And remember, don't believe everything you hear on YouTube. Check out everybody's channel that comes there. All you got to do is type in their names and you'll find their channels. And check out all their channels. You know what I'm going to start doing to the people that are good and nice in my channel? I'm going to start putting up their channels. I'm going to start posting their channels in my chat. So, and remember, folks, keep an eye on things because madness can occur in a blink of an eye. You know, be vigilant of what's going on in the world. And remember, if you hang out with bad boys, eventually you will become a bad boy. You know, I know the women love these bad boys and everything, but, hey, remember, if you hang out with idiots, you'll become an idiot. If you hang out with killers, you'll become a killer. It's like anything. If you hang out with a liar, you'll become a liar. You know, I don't know. It takes a lot of strength not to let these people rub off on you. You know, I don't know. But you all have a great day. Be safe. Curly J, I don't need monitors. I, I'm a very small channel, and I'm glad I'm a small channel because I get to communicate with my chat. And when you got hundreds of people in there, you can't really communicate with everybody. I don't know. If I make people mods, I'll make everybody mods like Shorty does. Shorty makes everybody a mod. But Shorty has a big channel and hundreds of people in her chat. So I don't know, but I got things to do. Be safe. I got to call my mother back. Me mother. I imagine there's something to do there. Now, you folks have a great day. Be safe. Keep an eye on your kids. Keep an eye on your surroundings. And if you can, and you see a crime, help. And that means by calling police or whatever. I don't know. Especially when it comes with children being killed or whatever. Traffic. That's just scary. It's ugly. I don't like it. All right, folks. Have a good day. Be safe. I'll be back later.